and welcome to the latest episode of the Racing PodBlast with me, Tony Mack, and Ben Aiken from Narrow in the Field. And it's a fast, festive 5 from us this week on the pod, covering 5 races from the Boxing Day action, including the big Grade 1 of the day, the King George Chase from Kempton. And that's where we'll start. We'll start at Kempton, but not with the King George. We'll start with the opening race of the day on Boxing Day, the Class 3 Novices Limited Handicap Chase that's due off at 12:45 on Friday. Ben, welcome along, and can you start us off with that one?
Yeah, morning, Tony. Yep, 5 races today. So let's crack on. It's 12:45 Kempton. Novices Limited Handicap Chase, a race the market often gets right. 15 of the 20 winners started in the first 3 in the market. Indeed, 13 of the 20 winners started first or second in the betting, which is 38% above market expectations. So the top end of the market has won more than expected. I'd say the current top 3 in the market for this do look the right ones to be sitting at the head of the market. That 3 being Noble Park, You Can't Be Serious, and Barlow Vento. Bigger prices, I think Crack for the Twiston Davies team might be worth a look. He's stepping back up half a mile on trip from his chase debut last time out. His one previous win came on a flat right-handed track over this sort of distance, so Crack could show more than he did last time out, but I do think it's likely between the 3 at the head of the market personally. Noble Park is the favourite at the time of recording. He's 2 from 2 over fences, winning last time out at Lingfield by 24 lengths. The runner-up that day has since come out and won a Class 3 at Ascot by 7 lengths. Noble Park's trainer, Nicky Henderson, does like to target this race. He's won it 6 times. He's had 4 others place. As well as targeting this race, he also has a strong overall record at Kempton in novice handicap chases over shorter than 2 mile 5, especially with horses aged 7 or less and ones that had 12 or less clear starts. He's 10 winners and 3 places from 24 qualifiers, 42% win strike rate over 32 points profit, so plenty of strong pointers for Noble Park. He does look the one to beat for me. The other 2 that head of the market, You Can't Be Serious and Barlow Vento, they were separated by half a length when they met at Exeter in November, and Barlow Vento gets a £7 swing at the weights with You Can't Be Serious here, which could well see them reverse places, especially now that Barlow Vento has that chase debut under his belt. He's by Soldier of Fortune, and his offspring tend to improve for their first chase outing. They've got an 11% strike rate on chase debut compared to a 19% strike rate on their second and third runs combined over fences. That improves to 26% strike rate when it's a 5 to 7-year-old in a UK handicap chase. So positives for Barlow Vento on the Slayer stats, as well as the fact he gets a hefty pull at the weights with You Can't Be Serious. And I have Barlow Vento as the main danger to Noble Park in this one. I think Noble Park's the most likely winner, but I expect Barlow Vento to be the one giving him the most trouble. So Noble Park, the main one for me there. Tony, what you got for this novice handicap?
Yeah, I've got Noble Park shortlisted, mate. Henderson has got him going the right way. 2 chase wins on the bounce and a mark of 1.25 still looks workable, doesn't it? He's shown he can settle and can see out his races, which matters round Kempton, where the tempo rarely relents, really. I've also got You Can't Be Serious, top weight, and of course Barlow Vento as well. Top weight, You Can't Be Serious, highest rated on 130, arrives in real nick after back-to-back wins. He backed up the win against Barlow Vento last time out at Exeter, and the not now Cato gelding has been steadily learning his trade over fences and looks the type to keep progressing for Joe Tizard. One at an each way price I'll be taking as well. Jasmine Bliss, rated 125. It's around 11 to 1, paying 4 places. A mare with talent, but comes here after a long break. That's the sticking point here. 279 days, 279 days, and her finishing effort tailed off on her most recent start back in March. She's rated 125. Capable on a day, yet fitness and confidence over fences are the key questions here, of course. Paul O'Brien is riding well for Harry Durham, and which helps, but she just may need this outing, but can still finish in the places at that double-figure price. Jasmine Bliss, but those at the top of the market are really, really strong contenders in this. 140, Ben, at Aintree we go to now. Class 2 handicap hurdle, 2 mile 4 furlongs. 8 runners go to post in the 140 at Aintree.
Yeah, 140. 2 I like in this handicap hurdle. A Bear Market and Dedicated Hero. A Bear Market is 2 from 2 since moving to Melanie Rowley, and 3 from 3 at Aintree, including a win over half a furlong shorter at the start of this month on his latest start. And the £4 rise for that win, I think that looks lenient enough. I think there should still be more to come from his new mark of 123. Added to that, his trainer, Melanie Rowley, has some strong starts in Class 1 to Class 4 handicaps with her runners that had 0 to 3 seasonal starts and 1 last time out. 12 winners, 4 placed from 32 qualifiers, 38% win strike rate and over 73 points profit. Bear Market fits those stats, and he may well get to dictate his own fractions out front in this because he looks the most likely front runner pace angle in this race. So I like the chances of Bear Market. A Dedicated Hero runs for Sandy Thompson. He's a trainer who tends to have his runners at their peak in the December to January period, especially the geldings when they are running at tracks in Scotland and the northeast or northwest of England. Strike rate in December is 21.5%, and in January it's 24%. The best he manages in other months is a 15% strike rate in November and February. And the other months in the national season, they all dip below that level. In Dedicated Hero, he has a horse that is still unexposed over hurdles after only 6 hurdle starts. Even more unexposed in handicaps, with only 2 previous handicaps on his CV. One of those was last time out in the Greatwood Hurdle at Cheltenham. Finished well down the field, but he's better than that. He tends to not to start to peak until we reach December anyway. So I expect him to come on a bit for that Cheltenham run. His form in December to May on left-handed tracks reads an unbeaten 4 from 4. And Dedicated Hero is one I'm happy to play in this, along with Bear Market. So Dedicated Hero and Bear Market for me in this 140 at Aintree. Tony, what you got?
I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. And it's been smashed in, hasn't it? It was earlier in the week, it was 25 to 1 in a place, Dedicated Hero. He's now 10 to 1 best price. So I think that's worthy of a place and an each way bet. His ability, as you said, but his last 2 runs were below his earlier standard, and he still needs to bounce back. But yeah, I do fancy him off 127. He's not badly handicapped, yet to show he's still improving at 6. John Joe O'Neill Jr. is a plus. If he settles and finds a rhythm here, he could nick a place. Very much Dedicated Hero here, and some great stats that you've read out there as well. Back that up as well there, Ben. Indiva Blur is off 129. He's better treated than his stablemate, running off 129 with £11 to carry. He returned with a promising second, which suggests he's ready to strike again. He usually jumps well, and shapes like a 2 mile 4 furlong round Aintree is ideal. And if he gets a handy position, he looks one of the main players there, it must be said. But he's a skinny price at the minute for me. And Bear Market, I've also got on my short list of 3 here. Arrives seeking a 4-timer and clearly enjoys Kempton. With a course and a distance win and 3 straight successes. He's up in grade, but a mark of 1, 2, 3 still looks workable given his progress to date. So Bear Market, I'm with you on there, Ben, but certainly my each way bet here will be on Dedicated Hero around 10 to 1. 2:30 at Kempton's the big one of the day. It is the King George the 6th chase, grade 1, 3 miles, 8 runners. Take it away, Ben.
Yeah, a good race on the race trends front is the King George. 11 of the last 12 winners met the following. Aged 7 to 9, previously won a UK or Irish Grade 1 race, previously ran over at least 3 miles, 13 or more previous UK or Irish career starts, and won or placed on one of their last 3 starts, and only 2 of this year's field pass both those trends, Gaelic Warrior and Fact to File. To be fair, I do fancy that 2 more than Django Bay, who's currently fighting out favouritism with the 2 Mullins runners. I actually think Django Bay is possibly a better horse on more testing and galloping tracks than Kempton, so I would have Gaelic Warrior and Fact to File ahead of the Henderson horse, regardless of their trend strength. Not easy to split the Mullins pair, but I am just siding with Gaelic Warrior. His record going right-handed definitely catches the eye. 7 wins and a second from 8 starts when going right-handed. His record over further than 2 mile 6 also catches the eye. He's 3 from 3 overstaying trips. But he's also got the tactical speed for shorter trips, which is important for a tight, flat track like Kempton. He won the John Durkin over 2 mile 3.5 last time out. He won the Arkle at Cheltenham over 2 miles by 8 lengths in 2024. I think his blend of speed and stamina could be absolutely perfect for the King George. So Gaelic Warrior is the one from the head of the market I like. At the bigger prices, I'd say Il Francais is probably bigger than he should be. He clearly loves the course and distance, having won the Cato Star Chase in 2023 and then finished a runner-up in this race last year. He's been hard to predict since this race last year, but a return to Kempton could well see him spring back to his best. And the booking of Harry Cobden is also positive because he rides the Kempton fences really well. His form in Class 1 and 2 Kempton chases in fields of 10 or less since 2021 reads 12 winners and 8 placed from 28 rides, 43% win strike rate and a 72% win and play strike rate. I think the 18-1 about Il Francais does look big. The pulled up last time out is a definite concern, so I wouldn't be confident he'll bounce back enough to win, but he could dig out a place at tasty odds, Il Francais. But Gaelic Warrior he's the one that interests me the most here. He looks the most likely winner to me, just about ahead of Fact to File. But yeah, Gaelic Warrior for me, Tony. What you got for the King George?
I'm still with you on Fact to File and Gaelic Warrior. I can't split the pair, to be honest, mate. I'm going to come down on the side of Fact to File. I think he's top class. He's a reliable yardstick. He comes here off a cracking second to stablemate, of course, Gaelic Warrior in the John Durkin. With the pair well clear that day as well. Dual Grade 1 winner around 2.5 mile, and he has got a Grade 1 over 3 mile as well, which matters. And if he settles early, he's a rock solid contender. Gaelic Warrior, absolutely with you and what you say there as well, Ben. Highest rated in the field. He looked his absolute peak when beating Fact to File in the John Durkin, pulling clear of the rest. I can't split them. Can't have the young 6-year-old Django Bay. I think he could come good next year or even the year after when he's 8, but not this year for Django Bay, I don't think. And certainly do not get sucked into the Harry Redknapp stories and all that you'll hear on ITV Racing and all that. Don't get sucked into the jukebox, man. All that publicity. He's rated 156. He surely cannot. The last 8 winners have been rated 160 or higher. He's got absolutely pounds and pounds and pounds to find, loads to find on Gaelic Warrior and Fact to File, and I can't see him getting anywhere near these two in the final stages of the race. The one at each way is last year's winner, 16-1. Visor goes on for the first time on Banbridge. He returns to, I think he might just freshen him up a little bit being back at Kempton. He clearly likes the track. He's not matched that peak in 3 runs since, including a remote 4th at Cork on seasonal return, but I just think it might freshen him up a bit being back at Kempton. And first time Visor suggests connections want to spark. Very interesting jockey booking here with Sean Bowen taking the ride here this time, and I think it could be an interesting, if you can find somebody paying 4 places. I don't think anybody's offering 4 places on the race yet, but possibly sneak into 3rd Banbridge, because you certainly he does see the course and distance out, doesn't he? So Banbridge each way 16-1, and I hold my hands up. I can't split Gaelic Warrior or Factor File, and I'll come down on the side of Factor File there. 2:45 at Wetherby, Ben. Class 3 handicap chase, 2 miles, 3.5 furlongs, 10 runners go to post here, and it's another cracker.
Yeah, tricky race to dig into, I thought. I was spent longer than I thought I would on this race, but I eventually got it down to 2. A Big City Roller and Serendipity. A Big City Roller, least exposed of that 2. This is only his 4th start under rules. It's only his 2nd over fences. He won on chase debut Bangor in February by a whopping 26 lengths. It was only a 4-runner race, but he posted a very strong pro form speed figure for the class level. So I believe the form, it looks strong form. I think it is strong form. It is indeed the best last time out speed figure recorded by any runner in the field. Again, using the pro form speed figures as my gauge for that. Big City Roller has been off since that Bangor win, but the 303-day break is not a concern. He won on rules debut, which came 284 days after his last point-to-point run. His Bangor chase win came off a break of 445 days, so lengthy breaks are not a problem for the horse. And his trainer, Charlie Longston, can get his horses ready to fire off long breaks. So Big City Roller is definitely high in my thoughts for this. His Serendipity has a few more miles on the clock than Big City Roller. This is his 24th career start and 18th over fences, but he's back down to his last and highest winning mark, and he does have his prime conditions to shoot for here. A mark of 122 or less, a break of 42 days or less, good to soft or softer, and a race worth less than $7,000 to the winner. Under those conditions, Serendipity is 4 wins and a second from 6 starts. That's all 4 of his career wins, and I'm not going to try and pick one over the other from that 2. Both round about 4 to 192, and I'll play them both. Big City Roller and Serendipity. Tony, what you got for the 2:45 at Wetherby?
Same 2, I'm afraid, Ben.
That's good.
Can't split. and at 9 to 2 and 5 to 1 looks a decent Dutch, really, for us.
Yep.
For us there. Lightly raced chaser, Big City Roller, won a Bangor handicap when he's come back after a long layoff and then disappeared again. Freshness is a plus, and one mark of 1, 2, 3 gives him a serious chance if he picks up where he left off. And nothing wrong with Lily pinching in the saddle as well. Soft ground, and Wetherby's long straight will test stamina. But I think he's got a bit of class about him, Big City Roller, for this race. Serendipity as well, usually dependable, and he won a Newcastle handicap last spring. And he returned with a good second. Then was not as fluent when 4th over this course and distance. So cheek pieces go on, and he can make his presence felt off 1, 2, 2 as well. The other one, I have to give a shout here to Get Up Mush. Looked a natural chaser in 2024, winning 3 of 5, capped by an impressive Warwick success over further, and he returns from 458 days off, but Skelton's well capable of readying one, as we know, for a target, and off 1, 2, 2, he is well treated if retaining that earlier progression. So he's a bit of a danger, but I'm certainly with Ben, with Big City Roller and Serendipity in the 2:45 at Wetherby. And also at a bigger price as well, Joe Cooker as well. Just check out that. On to the last race, here we are, the last of 5, the 257, the old Radio Tees FM signal there, 257. And Market Rasen Lincolnshire National Handicap Chase, 3 miles, 3.5 furlongs, 10 runners go to post, another cracker.
Yeah, Lincolnshire National at Market Rasen. I got this one down to 3. The Big Briac, Copsill Lad, and Queen's Wish. The Big Briac is having only his 3rd run in a chase here. Looks to have kicked on plenty since going chasing. It looks made for the larger obstacles. Looks one with plenty more still to offer, especially over staying trips. His 4 more trips further than 3 miles reads 3 wins and a place from 4 starts. Danny McMenamin takes a ride for the first time. That's a positive booking because he rides Market Rasen well, especially in handicaps at Class C level or less on horses aged 8 or younger. He's 9 wins and 9 placed from 33 rides with those types, 55% above market expectation. And I do like the chances of the Big Briac. Copsall Lad, another with only 2 chases to his name, another that looks still to have more to come over fences. His trainer Harry Derham doesn't send a huge amount to the track, but it's always worth taking a closer look at the ones he does send, especially those starting at 6-1 or less and with 0-2 starts in the current season. With those types, Derham is 7 winners in 2 places from just 13 qualifiers, so Copsall Lad, one to consider here. And Queen's Wish is the other on my shortlist. She's yet another with only 2 chase starts to her name. She was a winner last time out at Southwell over 3 Mile 1. That was her first start over further than 2 Mile 4, and she clearly benefited for that step-up trip, posting her best pro form speed figure and her best RPR figure. There's every chance this even longer trip will unlock further improvement from her. That's Queen's Wish. And I'm happy to cover 2 of that 3 from my shortlist, with the Big Briac and Queen's Wish, the 2 that interest me the most in the Lincolnshire National. Tony, what you got?
Yeah, I'm with you on the Big Briac, mate. I won't go into it too deeply because I think you've covered it really well. The Big Briac at around 11-4. 2 each ways for me here. Sound and Fury carries top weight off 125 and has been running respectably in staying chases without quite landing the blow. Bo Morgan's £5 claim helps here, I think, and the step up to 3 mile, 3.5 furlongs looks a fair fit for the Milan gelding. He wants a patient ride and a clean round to grind into it. And also another one who might come into it later on is Ivan, who's around 18-1. He's been largely reliable this season, Ivan, and I think he can go well at a massive price. He's around 18-1 for James Owen. Stan Shepherd is in the saddle. He's won 3 and placing this with 1 blemish when falling. Off 117, he's well enough treated if he's jumping holes under pressure. He looks the sort to go forward and keep rolling, which can be effective at market Rasen. Stamina is the question, 3 mile, 3.5 furlong, but he stays on strongly late on his races. So Ivan at 18-1 currently, and Sound and Fury at 10-1 there, and the Big Briac for Ben, I'm fully in agreement with. So thank you very much for listening to the Christmas edition of the Racing PodBlast. All the very best of luck with all of your Boxing Day bets, and if you're listening to this before Boxing Day, then have a great Christmas Day, and if you're listening after Christmas Day, we hope you survived the day intact. Thanks again. Thank you, Ben.
Cheers, Tony.
Merry Christmas, mate, and we'll see you all again soon. Thank you.